Hi guys, back once again for another review, and this time it is Doctor Who episode 5. We're halfway through the season. I don't know where to begin with this episode because I'm not sure what I made of this episode. It was kind of very middle of the road. It seems to me that Chris Chibnall's writing style is to take as many things as possible and throw them up in the air, and instead of it being a juggling routine, it's more of a let's see what sticks to the ceiling. Multiple things going on in this episode. The Doctor and crew get zapped by a sonic mine. They wake up on a rescue salvage ship, which is the part of the title of the episode, and then it gets attacked. The ship gets attacked by what I can only describe as a rip-off Nibbler from Futurama, and that really kind of disappointed me. That was like they've gone for this cutesy looking alien thing and made it the most dangerous thing in the universe that eats anything. It's Nibbler. So I was really kind of disappointed by that. And like I said, there were so many things up in the air. Man pregnant, because flipping the premise makes it interesting. I don't like watching pregnancy scenes and birthing scenes as it is. I'm sure there are others out there that find it fascinating. Me personally, I don't need to see it. That's just maybe me, but as a father myself, I just don't need to see it, and I certainly don't need to see a bloke faking it. It was just, again, they done exactly beat for beat what they would do for a normal birthing scene, just flipped the premise and made it a bloke. There was nothing new, interesting or original about it. I've given up on Yaz as a character. I'm not attaching to her. She seems to ask a lot of questions, but we don't seem to be getting a lot of answers from her. I'm done with that character. I could do without her in the show. I don't. If she disappeared from the Tardis crew, I wouldn't miss her, which is a bit of a problem because I really do think the more we get going through this series, the more I think that we are going to lose Graham. There's all these things that he keeps trying to do, whereby he's interacting with Ryan all the time, and he keeps, for a couple of episodes now, we've been having this sort of fist bump moment, but that Ryan's been denying him, and all the signs are saying, I don't think Graham's making it out of the series. And I know I've been saying it for a while, and that was been my big concern, is that I don't think Graham's surviving this show, which is probably the biggest shame because he is the most interesting character. By a country mile, he is the most interesting character in this show. Then you had the General, the character of the General, who was one of these neuropilots that, because they've been wearing this stuff for so long, produces too much adrenaline and is causing her heart to just can't take it anymore, and she has to pilot through this asteroid field. Her brother, the engineer, makes a neuroadapter for her to pilot. That seemed okay, and it was like, right, she's clearly going to die from this. And then I thought to myself, why doesn't the brother pilot it? Like, it would be a bit rougher, but he is actually trained. He actually says so at the end of the episode, but he puts it all on. He's like, oh yeah, I'm trained, I'm Cicero, I'm trained for this. So you just killed your sister for no reason then? That's what I'm taking from that. Like, you are trained for it, so you put your sister in there knowing full well that she could die from it. Surely that's an unnecessary risk, isn't it? And even if, you know, you had to take a longer route, a more safer route, then surely you should have done that instead. What an arsehole. Then we got the android in the episode, the Data knockoff. I actually kind of liked him. I actually did kind of like the android. I thought like this android character was, well, more interesting than Yaz for a start. I gotta stop ribbing on it. I have. I'm sorry. I apologise. But yeah. Again, we get these moments between Graham and Ryan, which I still love. We did get a little moment between Ryan and Yaz, but again, we found out much more about Ryan than we did Yaz, whereby we found out about how his mother died and the fact that it was Ryan that found him and found her, I should say, and that he was 13 years old, and that's when Ryan realised that his father left because he couldn't deal with it, and what Ryan has grown up with and how he's grown up stern with it, and why he's, I guess it's why there's this disconnect between him and other family members and him and Graham. That's an understandable move there. Overall though, this show did very little in the way of story. Not a great deal happened. They were brought on board a spaceship, they were dropped off at a space station, they teleported back to the Tardis, and in the meantime they dealt with a little critter. It was a gremlin in the works storyline, where that's exactly what it was. A little gremlin running around the ship, tearing up the systems, you know, eating anything and everything in sight. Wasn't particularly thrilling, wasn't particularly exciting. There was a lot of people just walking around corridors saying, "Ooh, we got to be careful of this." I watched this episode like 3 times now, because the first time I fell asleep halfway through. I genuinely nodded off. And then I went back and watched the other half of it, and then I watched it again, and then I still didn't think I fully understood it or thought I missed something, so then I went back and watched it again. Really disappointed no Easter eggs in the scrapyard scene. I would have liked to have seen some. It was a planet of scrap. Like, would it have really hurt anyone if in the background somewhere they were like the judge's face from Transformers the movie? You know, would that have hurt? I don't think so. Or maybe a wrecked Dalek or a Sontaran ship somewhere. Or this was a perfect opportunity. A planet of scrap. You're going to put anything in there. A beaten up DeLorean in the background. Just, you know, a Star Destroyer. A bit of Enterprise sticking out. Just a little Easter egg. Just something for the audience. A perfect opportunity. Didn't do it. Really disappointed in that. Really disappointed. I'd have loved to have seen. Wouldn't you have just loved to have seen like the Nostromo sticking out, or something? No. Never mind. You didn't get it. You're not having it. Tough luck. So this episode is kind of. It wasn't awful. It didn't really hit any major beats. I would say the set design I thought looked really good with the curved corridors and these sort of light up hologrammy things on the walls. It looked better than the TARDIS console room, I've got to say. The actual console that they had in the middle with all those that little. I would have rather have had that as the TARDIS console room, to be honest with you. Yeah. Is there a lot to say here? Because not a great deal story-wise in this episode. There's a problem, the Doctor sorts it out. Jodie I thought was really good as the Doctor in this episode as well, actually. And there was a point whereby the bit I actually liked was where the Doctor kind of oversteps her mark, and she's like, you know, we are turning this thing around, and then the other Doctor then put puts the Doctor in the place. And it's like, you are being aggressive, and you are, and I'm not dealing with it. I wish they'd actually gone into a little bit more of that, because we do have a problem these days whereby, you know, people in the NHS do get attacked by people, and there was an opportunity here for some sort of storyline there, and it's an appalling thing, and I don't think any sci-fi shows really ever covered it. And I think that there was a missed opportunity to go down that sort of route, whereby not just NHS staff, I mean emergency services around the world get attacked by people with disgraceful behaviour. And I thought there was a missed opportunity here to do some sort of commentary on that. Aside from that though, it was pretty bland. This episode was kind of bland. It's like I said, it threw a lot of stuff up in the air, but I could take it or leave it. For me, it's very middle of the road episode, not exciting. In fact, to be honest with you, if they wanted to save that general's life, you know, if producing adrenaline is what was going to kill this general, then ironically what they should have done is made her watch this episode, because she'd have had no adrenaline pumping whatsoever. I'm going to leave that there. There's nothing else to say. This was a middle of the road episode whereby the ship gets attacked by Nibbler from Futurama. It's a general gremlin episode where a man gives birth to a baby to try to make things interesting, and it failed. Anyway, that's what I thought of this episode of Doctor Who. Please do leave your thoughts about this episode in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I will really appreciate it. But until next time, I'll see you later, guys.